Once upon a time, there lived a poor but pious scholar and a businessman who feared Allah. The fact that the scholar was poor did not concern him. He was content with whatever Allah sent his way. The scholar was wise and knew that Allah rewards those who give charity in His name, a reward far greater than anyone can even imagine. It was not the scholar's custom to ask anyone for help, but one day he really needed help, so he decided to visit the businessman and ask for his help. Without any hesitation, the good-hearted businessman instructed his manager to give the scholar 70 dirhams, which was quite a lot of money in those days. The next month, the scholar needed more help, so he went to visit the businessman and asked to help him once again. When the businessman saw the scholar, he was taken aback and exclaimed, "Scholar, I gave you 70 dirhams only last month." The scholar accepted the businessman's decision and started to leave. As he left, it seemed to the businessman that the scholar was muttering something disagreeable about him to himself. However, he could not hear exactly what he was saying and said, "Scholar, aren't you ashamed to speak against me?" The scholar was taken by surprise. It had not occurred to him that the businessman should think that he would do such a thing, and told him that it was not so, and that he was remembering Allah, saying, "O my Lord, the turner of hearts and eyes." The businessman felt ashamed of himself for thinking negatively about the scholar and quickly called for his quill and paper. His assistant handed him the quill and paper, and the businessman started to write, "Give the scholar 70 dirhams." But instead of writing dirhams, he wrote dinars, which is lot more money. As the scholar thanked the businessman, he did not notice what was written on the paper and took the note to the manager for payment. When the manager read the note, both he and the scholar were surprised when he read aloud, "Pay the scholar 70 dinars." So the manager asked the scholar what he had sold to the businessman. The scholar told him that he had not sold anything to him and told him what had happened. Now the manager thought he had better check with the businessman before giving the scholar such a large amount of money. So he went to the businessman to show him what he had written. When the businessman read the note, he smiled and said, "His supplication has been answered by He who causes hearts and eyes to turn. The turner of hearts has turned both the heart and pen. Therefore, give him 70 dinars." See, in life, whenever we face difficulty, whenever we are in tough situations, most of the time we go to a person for help. But it is even more important to turn to Allah and to pray Him first, so that whenever we turn to anyone for help, the turner of heart can turn that person's heart towards us so that we can get the help from that person. That is the moral of the story. See you in the next story.